We all love him in Modern Family as Cameron Tucker, and he's getting ready to start a new show that I'm sure we are going to love as well. Of course, I'm talking about Eric Stonestreet from ABC's new show, The Toy Box. Good morning, Eric. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, Natalie?
Well, I'm really excited to talk with you. And this show, from the promos I've seen, looks very funny and kind of Shark Tank-esque, if you will. So break it down for us, please.
Yeah, I think it's in the spirit of a Shark Tank, but quite a bit different once you get into it. It's very playful. You know, only one toy is going to win this whole thing. There's 35 toys that start the show and one that's going to win, and the ultimate winner is going to be decided by 4 kid judges. And then Mattel has been making the toy. We shot the show last summer, so they've been making the toy this whole time, getting it ready to come to market, so that after the show's over in about 8 weeks, your families, you and your kids, will be able to go to toysrus.com, get the toy that won the toy box, go to Toys R Us the next day or get the toy there. So you're going to get invested. You're going to see these toys come into the toy box. You're going to have your favorites. Everybody's going to agree or disagree on which they like the most. And the judges, which are the kids, are going to decide what that toy is and what wins. So it's going to be hard not to be invested in some of these toys and some of these people.
Now, some of the judges I recognized, and seems like they had a lot of fun, but took their job very seriously. Can you describe what it was like for you working with those judges and kind of seeing them come together to select this winning toy?
Yeah, well, it was fun. You know, I wouldn't have taken the job if I didn't like working with kids. I mean, that's obviously a very big part of the show. So they did, and you're right, they did take their jobs very seriously, to the point where we had to remind them that there were things that really weren't their responsibility to worry about. They were there really as the fun meter. You know, are you having fun? Would you play with this toy again? Would you tell your friends about it? Would you spend your allowance money on it? And we would inevitably find them worrying about like the safety aspects of the toy, which is great that they're thinking about that, but not necessary for this process, because we have mentors and we have the great toy company Mattel worrying about those things. So they really needed to focus on the fun aspect of it. So it was fun to watch them, you know, sort of veer off and then come back and be reminded of what they were really there for.
You know, from one host to now another host. I mean, we love you as an actor, but I got to ask about your role as host. What did you enjoy the most?
I liked meeting the toy makers and hearing about them and having those kind of awkward moments with some of those folks, and then also being able to pivot and go into the room and then using my skills of interacting with kids in that way as well, and then sort of being the conduit between the adults and the kids. That was really fun. But you know, I'm a celebrator of people. That's part of why you like Cam, is because I do love people. I love their stories. I love people that are passionate about things, and this show gave me the opportunity to get invested in people, and I think that's what the viewer's going to enjoy as well, is you're going to get to know these people that have spent tens of thousands of dollars and years, some up to 30 years, working on getting this toy, their toy, to market, and then watching 4 kids tell them, we're just not into it. We just don't really like it. We don't get it. We think it's weird. We think it's creepy. And they say those words. They tell those people that. So those are some of the things that I enjoyed. The kids really took it hard when they had to let people go. And that was where I would step into and remind them that, hey, it doesn't mean it's the end of the road for these people. And you did your job, and you did it very well.
And I'm getting a big rap, but since you brought up Cam, is there any more certainty for Modern Family? Fingers crossed.
We all think there's going to be another season. We have a few more episodes left this year, and we're all positive, feeling pretty positive that we're going to have a season 9 and hopefully season 10. But they're working all that stuff out, and I'm just trying to focus on on the toy box right now, and we'll hopefully be back in the fall.
Well, thank you again so much for your time. Once again, the Toy Box premieres tonight right here on ABC. So pretty